What's happening, everybody? This is 15 to the Streets. We here, man. Today we gonna do some little improvising, and we just popping it about some real sensitive stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's mental health and being a father. You know, it's really hitting me this week because you know I'm a father, and I was really an engaged father. You know what I'm saying? And I hurt my son so bad that he's not vibing with me. And it's been, man, it's September will be a year that I haven't talked to him, you know? And my soul is hurting. So this Father's Day, man, this is the first Father's Day that I've been able to be around him, and this will be the 5th year. And man, so next week is gonna be tough for me. You know what I mean? Cause man, that little dude was my life. You know, so I'm really struggling. I'm struggling in so many facets, man, and I'm pretty sure.
Well, talk about it. Break it down. We want to know, you know, if we can give you the right kind of feedback, because that's what mental health is all about. So talk about it.
Yeah, you know, like you know, I sat back and I watched D and I watched Los. You know, them dudes is fathers, man, and they're engaged fathers, and they're getting to build a relationship even through their incarceration. They're able to build this relationship. So there was never envy. There was just I really respected those dudes because they was doing something that I couldn't do. You know what I mean? So I really looked up to those guys like, man, like if I get my chance, I'm gonna be a better dad. But man, I'm stuck, and I don't know how to get that relationship back. You know, it's like I tried to push it, but that ain't good. You know, so then it's like I fell back, and that ain't good, and now I'm in a dead spot. You know.
So what do you feel is holding you back? What's holding back you and your son from getting together? What is it?
Man,
what got you stuck today?
That's the question. I don't know. Like, well, I'll tell you this much. So I went on a training. I took this job, man. And I thought this job was going to be the job for me. You know, getting back to working with kids, right? And that was profound on me because I'm sitting here and I'm getting ready to go work with kids, and some other black man is connecting with my son as a mentor to my son. That don't even make sense, does it?
Well, AD, because he said he don't know exactly how to respond to it just yet. So I'm gonna let you talk about anything as it can relate to what he just said, and let's get the conversation going about that. Because I definitely I can relate, and I know you can too. So drop something.
Yeah, Well, you know, one of the things that I can say is, you know, I got to witness Sid, you know, even you, Lucky Man, you guys are stand-up men. And so when we talk about emotions, we talk about what's tied to mental health. Like, I literally watched this man, like, create businesses with his son in mind, Peyton. We used to walk up and down the tier saying Peyton's name. Like, people that really didn't even know anything about Sid as a father, Peyton was on his mind, man, his son. And so when he talks about how he felt concerning me, Los, and just how we was tapped in, seeing other brothers, man, be included, man, be a part of their child's life, even though we was going through the carceral experience, I understand. And I think what it is his heart is longing to be what he dreamed of. Because you and I know, look, like, all of us know, man, what it's like to have a lost dream. Like, that's what tortures a man, even though he's alive, is a lost dream. Like, trying to be what I've always wanted to be and feeling like that got away from me. And so Sid is one of them guys, man, like he used to talk about him and Peyton, what they was going to be doing, what kind of trips they was going to be taking, telling me about his son's personality, about times where he'd be riding and he'll look over and then his passenger seat, his son will say something or catch something and he'll be like, man, my little dude is wise. So I feel his pain. I understand that. Like, as men, let me be clear, man, like, as men, no matter if you're incarcerated or you're free, your legacy, if you're a parent, your legacy is tied to what you leave behind to your offspring, man. So I definitely understand that. And my greatest fears and my greatest tortures since I've been incarcerated, it has been, man, like I want to see my son graduate. Like, I knew I got this time, my dreams start changing. It went from like, man, maybe I can win my appeal and get out at this time and be a part of this. And then a couple of years went by and that dream passed me. And so it was like, maybe I could be there when he start high school. And then that passed me by. Now I'm thinking about college. So, like, I definitely understand that. So you, like, Lucky, you know what that means too. Like, bro, you was inside. Don't you got a daughter?
Yeah, I got a daughter, but I was trying to tell Sid what he told me when he was in prison. His relationship with his son was like, it was good, it was great.
No, it wasn't good. There was no relationship. I didn't have no communication with him.
Where did you say it was great?
At the last. Because
he just showed me plenty pictures.
Oh,
where
that was when I was out. That was when I was out.
Well, at some point it was great.
It was great.
You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's when he came back into the picture. I don't know. I'm just getting it how you getting it, except prior to, that phone call. But see, I did all my time that I was in prison. My daughter grew up with her mama. Like, her mama, that's her daughter. She ain't really got none of me. If I'm being honest, she really don't got. We had a great relationship too when I was in prison. I was a big part of her life. You know what I'm saying? We had a working relationship. That's like, and whatever I could have as close to a best friend. That was my daughter. That's my offspring. I watched her grow up on pictures and, through visits, and on phone calls and shit. So seeing her grow up that way and her seeing those moments that we interacted, just like 15 to the streets, the most had to be, impacted in there, right? So I was always trying to teach her shit. I was always trying to give her gems and shit, trying to get her to think outside the radius of a neighborhood block. Because in all honesty, that's all she was seeing was a motherfucking neighborhood block. So I'm always trying to give her the gems, you know what I'm saying? So everything was good. She could appreciate that. I was stuck. But when I come home, man, it wasn't, what became the problem? Trying to destroy and rebuild. Like, I got to get all that shit that's in her up out of her before we can have a relationship. There is no me. She was raised out there with her mama. She her mama child. And that's not to say that she not my daughter, but if you don't know what I'm saying when I say that, then your mind playing tricks on you. It ain't playing none on me. You know what I'm saying? So and I was saying that could be I didn't know the situation, D. So yeah, I got a daughter, but our relationship is not what it was when I was in prison. It's not that. And I'm just being real in the moment. It's not that. Do I want it to be better? Do I want it to be great? Absolutely. She my daughter.
Yeah.
But she her mama child.
Yeah,
I was gone 26 years.
I don't have anything bad to say about my son's mother, but the simple fact is I made some poor choices which landed me in prison, right? Those were my choices, right? So she did step up when I stepped out. You know what I mean? So I can't say nothing bad about her because I did this to myself because I was in his life and I chose to make those selfish moves thinking that I was doing him some good when he didn't give a damn about any of that stuff. He just cared about being with me. And I remember, like when I was in prison, I never wanted anyone, my family, to send me any pictures of him because one, it was hard for me to deal with, but two, I didn't want him to be in there with me like that, right? So then when I got to camp, and it was December 5th, his mom said, call. And I called and I got to talk to him for his birthday, right? On December 10th. I got to talk to him, but I got to talk to him before that. But he said, Dad, you were my best friend. and I really missed you. And man, you know, I was broken. But you know, I just thought, man, I was so like happy that I was talking to him again. And I thought when I get out, it's just gonna go right back to the way that it was. And what I didn't realize is that it could never go back to the way that it was because I had to help him heal, and I didn't do that. I came back and I thought he was gonna love me and we was just gonna get back to it.
Well, I want to give you a chance to speak directly to the problem because, and I gotta point this out. You said this, you ain't never say nothing bad about your son, mama. That I don't know. You ain't never shared none of the history. I don't know nothing about that. So what I'm not here to say nothing bad about nobody either. If that was what I made it appear, I'm not here to say bad, but nobody bad either. But my whole thing is I'm always gonna call a spade, and my daughter, whoever she is who she is. But ain't none of what I'm telling you is ain't none of my teachings up in I wasn't out here to give her my presence. I wasn't out here for that. So she is who she is. She was under her mother's care. So this ain't about making nobody. No. I'm gonna always call a spade, and it's just like this real talk. You can sit here and look around the problem like all you want to, but at the end of the day, because you can sit here and you would make a statement like, man, motherfuckers, all these motherfucking kids out here that's acting wild and shit. You got to start looking at the parents. You will make a broad statement like that. And I'm not saying you, but that's a statement. But that's a statement that you would have to. You could be in certain situations, certain environments, like, man, I don't fuck around down here, man. I don't like niggas don't take care of their own community, or niggas don't. I mean, we done had conversations where I pretty much know like some of your how your views is set up. But man, no, this ain't about me. I like to call spades spades, no matter who. Yeah.
D, what you gotta say?
Well, like what I was saying earlier too. When I was asking, did you have a daughter? I was basically saying, hey, I know you can identify with how difficult it can be to want to connect. See, right now we talking about connecting. And I also understand what you're saying. Look, you're saying, like, we're not disrespecting nobody because I know that's a hot topic. There's a lot of people in the community that have a lot to say about us saying, hey, this is going wrong, but this person's not doing that. And they're like, well, I mean, you went and did what you did. But we're saying this, and I want to make this statement to the world, and I want to also say this to you, Sid. I want to give you the floor to be able to maybe give on what Lucky's saying, because you are an excellent man. Let me say that first. You're an excellent man, and I know what your intentions are.
Bro. That's what I told you out the door. I'm your friend. Like, I'm going to always tell you the real shit. Whether you want to hear it, like to hear it, I'm going to always be the realest to you. I think that's what he was telling
What was you saying, D? But I just want you to know, you got 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
And call right back, D. I started off by saying, this ain't never about, I'm not shitting on nobody.
Yeah, but
I am calling a spade a spade. And if anybody want to have a conversation, or if anybody feel like, stop me when I'm lying. Even the math got a math,
but
right?
see, there's a spade, if we calling a spade, who's the real spade? I'm the spade because I had 50-50 custody of my son.
Then we can run a Boston in. Because then that's all we is a bunch of spades, nigga. We can just run a Boston. Because we got to wait for D to come back. Because he said something.
Let him, because I didn't hear. I want to, because we gotta be concise, because I don't want a bar to come out and then it's dropped and we didn't get it all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's the real shit. Because D, he was actually telling you out the door. I'm telling you, hey, I don't see no. You got to tell us the source of the problem.
Yeah. So the source of the problem is, like I said, I tried to. Yeah, we're waiting till D call back.
To accept, no third-party calls are allowed.
This platform is about being transparent, and it's like we want to be able to express like really what it is, and it's like, see, do you feel like being prevented from being the father that you was before you left, brother? That's the thing, and it's not putting nobody under the stand. Like, why can't men come home and be the fathers that they dreamed of being? Like, what kind of forces is playing against that? And why is that? And not to get into nothing that, that's personal or you feel like you're disrespecting your son's mother or anything like that. But why not? What's stopping that? Really, though, like, what's stopping that?
So why not? I think about me growing up as a child, right? With no father, right? And there was nothing ever good about it. You know what I mean? It was like that nigga didn't want you, and it was like it wasn't even a topic. You know what I mean? So that man left me with my mom to raise me and my family to raise me. And they did the best that they could with what they had, right? So I can't like I'm pretty sure I'm not mitigating that there's some things that she did, right? But if I didn't do what I did, she couldn't have done what she did. You know what I'm saying? So I put myself in this position to where I lost all action to my son. But not only did I do that, I hurt him. So we could spend a whole bunch of time blaming other people, but at the end of the day, I did this to me, and the repercussions are my actions. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit up here and do blame somebody else for my fuck ups.
What'd you say, D?
I hear you.
Hey,
I love you, man. If I ain't nobody say like, I love you, man, so I'm going to keep it real with you. Like, why isn't someone else also facilitating that success, though? Like, I get it. You took blame. You already did your time, man. You sat down, you took blame, and then you came home and got right back to it. Like, I got the pictures when you and your son was on the plane. Like, you got right back to it. We got to have people that's going to facilitate. Yeah, like, facilitate me in loving mine, though. I'm not shying away from the responsibilities. I stood up to the time. I took the penalty, and whatever you got to say as a woman is justified. And we're not bashing no women. We love our women for stepping up, being in place when we can't be. But Sid, you're hurting because why, Sid?
Yeah,
not because you want to hurt. You're hurting because you're not being allowed. Yes. You're not being allowed. Let's speak to that.
Okay, so we want to speak to that, right? So I go to court on January 24th, right? I go to court, child support court. They didn't care nothing about me getting action to talk to my son. They didn't care nothing about that. All they wanted was some money, right? And, so they got there. So I was thinking, I'm going to pay, $650 a month, blah, blah, blah. And I thought it was cool, right? Bro, that lawyer came up and she said, we're going to charge him this much a month for a job that he might have. I'm fresh out of prison. Mm-hmm. And they was going to put a job on me that I don't even have yet. They was going to charge me for a job that I don't even have yet, right? No, they wasn't going to charge me. They were charging me for a job that I didn't even have yet. So I paid $1,200 a month in child support. And they won't nobody talk to me about getting access to my son because my son is 14 now. So in Wisconsin, you can say what you want.
Yeah, see, and that's just ridiculous to me because I wouldn't be paying that. Like, that's ridiculous. You're not getting nothing. You just don't even know where your money going. And you ain't raising you ain't raising him. You ain't raising your son.
And guess what?
That's ridiculous to me. That sounds like it's ridiculous that you paying child support that ridiculous amount and you're not even seeing him. No, I'll stop that.
Hold on, it gets worse.
Yeah, I'll stop that.
It gets worse.
For you?
Because the court started November, right?
Yeah.
So they back paid it from November. So November, December, January, February, March, $1,200 a month for all those months.
So let me ask you this. How old is your son?
14.
what's stopping you from calling him? Like, you don't think, why wouldn't he talk to you if you call him right now?
Well, I tried to get him a cell phone the one time when I did see him. He didn't want the cell phone.
So he don't want to deal with you?
He's the one.
Hey, I mean, that's something that he 14.
Yep.
And I don't know, I'm going to be real with you. Hey, bro, I don't know where that's stemming from. I only can speak, in that sense, I only can speak to that shit as it relates to my life. And that's why I said what I said. And then you want to say, we got to take responsibility. You know, I'm a man of responsibility. That's what I do. I take responsibility for shit. But I'm not taking responsibility for somebody else's shit. And here's the thing. You say, yeah, just, you got to look in the mirror. Where do we draw the line with that? Okay, I can look at myself. Okay, who failed me? Who failed me? Do I gotta blame my dad? Do I gotta blame that nigga? And who do he blame? So we just gonna keep looking in the mirror? No, that shit is ridiculous. That shit sounds ridiculous. Like, I don't subscribe to them comic book ideas that I gotta look in the mirror, take responsibility. Because you can be apologizing your ass off. And that ain't gonna go, you see where that's getting you, right?
But guess what?
That's getting you $1,200 a month and you still ain't seeing
But
your
guess
son.
what? If I don't pay the $1,200 a month, guess what'll happen to me?
What?
I'll be sitting in jail.
Right, so now we talking about that money. So he just really wanted to know, like, what's stopping you from actually communicating with your son? You said he won't answer the phone. He a 14-year-old. I mean, that's just, he a 14-year-old. If he was once, I just seen him on pictures with you, like D said, he was on pictures with you, y'all happy, y'all kicking it. You don't go from that to a 14-year-old mind ain't even fully developed to be that mad at a father.
He got it from someplace.
So that's what I'm saying. You damn right he got it from someplace.
Yeah, he got it from someplace.
Like when you said everything ain't got to be hard, everything ain't got to be struggle, my nigga, it look like you in a struggle. And D just saying speak to it, like be real with it, be honest about it.
Yeah, no, I'm in a struggle. And I'm not saying that life is easy, but
yeah, I know.
It ain't easy, but you know what the best part about it is? I got some people that I could go to. I sent D a message. Well, I didn't even send D a message. D sent me a message. Said, you good? I'm like, damn.
I'm always going to be here for you. D always going to be here. I'm glad that we can be here for you like that. But the one that you really want to get to is really about seeing what you could do to show. Hey, you want to be with your son. You want to be able to go there and have that. I don't know how to patch that up.
Yeah,
it just sounds like I wouldn't be negotiating with a 14-year-old. I know that.
No, but you don't have a choice in this state. You don't have a choice. You know, like, look, if I go up to his mama's house and his mama say, call the police and say he's not supposed to be here, or she gets a restraining order on me, that changes my life. I can't afford that.
At this point, then, you can't do nothing but wait till we get 18. Wait till we get 18 and see if you want to kick it with you then and try like I did to destroy and rebuild. And then we had this conversation down the line where you saying, oh, I understand what you was talking about, my nigga. I understand now. You got to try to destroy to rebuild. Ain't no 14-year-old that mad at you to where he don't remember his daddy. Like, he ain't talking to his daddy. Hey, help shed light, D, because I think the way that you steered it, I like the way you set it up. Like, we your homies. I'm going to always be real with you. And it ain't going to, just like when you was telling me what you was telling me that one time, you knew that shit was hard for me to swallow. You knew it. But even when you asked me, I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm going to sleep on what you're telling me because I don't want to respond right now. I just want to take what you're telling me and really sleep on it. I want to give you the courtesy as your friend, as your homie, to at least sleep on what you said. And you know what? You was right. I'm glad that we had the conversation. You got to be glad that we having this conversation.
But guess what? I had, when you came into the crib today, right?
Yeah.
And you sat down on the couch, what is the first thing I said? I said, man, I'm struggling today. This whole week I've been struggling. And we sat there
and we kicked it.
And we popped it.
And we did. And I wish that part would have been, that's the part, and that's what I always want to give to people, my nigga. You just said it. That part that we ain't always, that was some real shit that you was talking about.
What I'm saying is this. You can't share with everybody. You have to have some people that you're connected to be able to share that. So I was able to send D a message. D sent me a message yesterday. Mm-hmm. He was like, out of nowhere, Sid, you good? And I sent him a message back and I said, bro, today I'm not good. And I told you today, I said, since I've been out, this is by far one of the worst days that like one of the worst weeks, because I was in this space and I was struggling.
So ain't you glad D called today?
Yeah, I'm glad he sent that
So look,
message last night.
This is what I want the world to do too, man. As y'all out there listening, man, drop it in our comments, man. Comment. We want to know as men, right? Put it in the DM, the comments, hit us on TikTok, leave it in the box. We want to know exactly what is it when men come back into an equation, and now we got to fight two systems. Now, hear me, sisters. Hear me, women. We're not asking for a fight. We're saying we just want to be included. Because that's what we're talking about right now. You fighting two systems. See it? Like Luck said, man, you got a 14-year-old mind. If somebody's facilitating that 14-year-old mind to love you, respect you, regardless of what their personal observations and their personal opinions are about you, or a person, or as a man, right? I think you have that relationship, bro. That's just how I feel, man. And so, I want to hear people, man. Let us know, what is it when we want to be included? We're not asking for a fight from the women, man, because it's been since the beginning of history. Y'all gave birth and got us through whatever it was that we needed to go through. It was through the woman. I don't want the fight. What I'm asking is, how can we as men, when we come home from prisons, when we want to connect with our children, and they got issues with us that they can't possibly have without the facilitator of an adult mind pumping that into them. That's what I want to talk about. Because you fighting a system, Sid, that won't let you see your kid unless money is being paid. They make sure they're on time to do that, but they're not saying, hey, we need to make sure that this man is getting connected and being able to love his son so he can become a man. And you're also dealing with behind the scenes, there's some propaganda being pushed. And because I love you, I know you're not saying it, but that's what it is, bro. That's two systems.
Yeah. No, it's all the way. It's all the way. I mean, it's the whole system. The whole system is set up like this.
I sure was finna rap with D on this. I like where his head be at, because he at the same time, he disagreeing with the dog being a real friend by telling you the realest shit, whether you can you're gonna have to sleep on it. But it's all good. He being a real friend, because that's the truth.
No, but the truth of the matter is,
a 14-year-old can't be. So you telling me that 14-year-old, would he cut his mama off and be like, I'm not taking no calls from my mama. I'm not gonna ask. Come on now.
No, but the difference is, I gotta go roundabout ways to get it, but I can't go around the way. Like, what are my roundabout ways?
Your roundabout. I tell you one thing. I can tell you who's not the obstacle. It ain't that 14-year-old son of yours.
No,
it's not him.
It's not him.
He don't know nothing about no course. He don't know nothing about no people in y'all business. That's grown folk business.
Yeah.
He don't know nothing about that.
Yeah. So what I'm trying not to do is alienate her to where she continues to be a thorn. So when I do try to come around the back way, I can get action at him. So this right here is a platform. You know what I'm doing? So on Mother's Day, I sent her just a message. Happy Mother's Day, right? She didn't respond, right? So now we're having this discussion today. Guess what? That little clip about me saying, I don't have nothing bad to say about his mom, that's calculated, brother. Because this little clip, I'm about to send it to her so that she could be like, oh, this nigga ain't feeling a certain type of way about me. Well, so you see what I'm saying?
I get you. I mean, I hope that.
But I'm just trying.
I hope that cracks the Da Vinci Code.
I'm just trying.
I hope it does. But what I'm saying is, man,
nigga, if I go, I got a thing that if I go.
No, I think you're right. You better be trying to butter up right there, because that's the obstruction, is what I'm saying. It ain't the 14-year-old.
Yeah, no, it's not the 14-year-old. No, because listen, the last time I saw,
so long as you know that, as long as that's your plan, you got to do something. I guess and I ain't even saying butter up. You got to communicate. You got to
make her feel like you ain't like, you got to give her some kudos so that she can feel a certain type of way. So when I put this platform on here,
to some people that may be a little bit too much power to relinquish. That's too much power to give a person. I gotta cease to be me when I come around.
No, but I'm not ceasing to be me, because I'm not getting. Listen, I got an order right now that if I go to his school without her knowing, but see, that's what I gave up. That's what I gave up. That's what I gave up when I got in trouble. So I can't go have no communication with him without letting her know. And the courts agreed to it. So if I take my a 14-year-old, I can go and I'm his daddy. I go up there and I do that. Guess what? I land my ass in jail. What does that do for me?
Ain't nobody asking you to do
Oh,
that.
no, I'm just saying.
No, ain't nobody asking you to do that. That's ridiculous.
Call back. So we got 15 minutes, man. Hey, introduce
Let's
yourself,
get
my
it.
guy.
Well, what's going on, man? My name's Anthony Hamilton. Out of this 206, man. I'm coming live at y'all. Just what is I'm here at this Washington State Correction Center. I've been down about 20 years, and soon to be released. I just got off 3 life sentences, and about to go back to this sentencing this year.
So where you at? Where you at?
Man, I'm in Seattle, Washington, man, but I'm in Washington Correction Center, man, Shelton, Washington.
Okay. All right, well, check this out. Hey, I got my guy, Lucky. He's the co-host. He's here with us, right? Say what's up to my guy, Lucky.
What's up, Lucky?
How you doing,
What's up,
Anthony?
Lucky? How you
I'm
doing,
just sitting
man?
there. I'm finna be a part of it. Whatever y'all kicking it about, I'm finna be a part of it. So, mostly as a listener, but I might have something to ask you.
Man, no problem, man. No problem.
Yeah, I kind of want to just let you talk right now and let you because it's we giving you a voice right now. So, kind of whatever is pressing you today, what you feel like got you. What's got you stuck today? Just speak to it.
Man, well, first I'm gonna just tell a little bit about my story. You know what I mean? I grew up in a home, but I was adopted. But I lost my parents. I lost my mama in the 3rd grade, my daddy when I was in the 6th grade. So I grew up. I kind of, had to wing it, man, and figure out life all by myself. And just me, man. I had to get an apartment when I was young, running the streets, and I had to get an apartment when I was young, about 16 years old, and and seen it all in the streets, man. I had to get it how I lived, man, paying rent and all that old type of shit. But I also was a basketball star, man. I was real good at basketball. I went to Franklin High School, and that was my dream, but I was so emotionally fucked up, you know what I mean? It was like I was outside of my body, man. I call it a zombie state of mind. And so I just was living that street life, man. Got into the gangs, man, and started going to California and all over the states and stuff like that, and hustling, and just got caught up, man, and just was in and out of penitentiary. I went to the penitentiary first back in 1990 and did about 5 years. And just found out I was kind of, like I said, I didn't learn nothing that first time. I was still kind of out of my mind, And so I got locked back up about 96 and for murder, robbery, kidnapping, and they gave me 3 life sentences. And when I got that 3 life sentences, at first it didn't really bother me. I didn't, know nothing, have nothing, as far as family or nothing anyway. So it didn't really bother me, That's how messed up I was in the head, But after that time, though, I talked to one of my sisters, my adopted sister, and she told me that I was adopted. So, that was another hard hit in my life. Man, it kind of blew me away, and it really bothered me, It made me really understand that I was living a whole entire lie, even the hurt that I was feeling, it made me kind of question that, like, damn, you was hurting over some people that wasn't even your people, Yeah. So that was another thing that bothered me. It really bothered me, And it made me really start to search for myself to find out who I was, And that's pretty much where I began my healing,
Yeah, I want to ask you something else too, because I did 26 years myself, and I know you said you done been in there 20-something years, so I want to ask you this: after doing all that time, I know people in your life have probably faded away or vanished. Some people the last time you saw them, probably that was the last time you saw them. Some of them probably done died off. How has you said you getting ready to get out? What, next year?
Yeah, I'm going to rescind, and probably I should be going to rescind at the end of this year.
Okay, so
they don't have to let
if you were to get out in that time, I know how that worked a little bit, but if you were to get out, and I know being that you did all this time, they probably finna let you out of there. How has the relationships with people changed? Like with them knowing you finna get out, how has that changed or has that changed?
Well, I mean, for me, like I said, man, I didn't, finish, but the thing about me is that me being incarcerated now, for this time, I was able to, like I said, I was adopted. So during my healing process, you know what I'm saying, I searched for my family, my biological family. So I found my biological family in 2017. You know, that was the first time I seen my real mother. You know, so I got siblings and a whole other family now. So it's like I'm refreshed, man. It's like I got a whole new life now, you know. And but back in my days, here they called me Tony Hamilton or Sneaky T and stuff like that. But I mean now Sneaky T's locked up, man, and Anthony Hamilton is about to be released into the world. So it's like I got a whole new life, you know what I mean? I'm starting out brand new. Everything in my life is going to be brand new. So I'm ready for it, man. It's like a rebirth to me. So as far as everybody else, a lot of my childhood street partners is dead or got life in the penitentiary like me, you know. So, I mean, it's all new, and it's a beautiful thing to me. I'm ready for it.
So Sneaky T got to do that time, huh?
Sneaky T got to do the time, but he stayed loyal and stayed down to it, man. But Anthony Hamilton gonna make sure he all right, though. You know, I got him. You know, tag me in. He done tagged me in, man. So it's time for me to go show up and show out, man. That's all.
The new man.
Yeah, it's nothing. You know, everything else is easy. I done did the hard part, man. Everything else is easy. A lot of the problems a lot of people got, man, I ain't got them problems, man. I'm good. I'm excited. I'm anxious to go get it, man. They got computers, man. You can't lose.
Anthony, like when you was out, you was a wild boy. Everybody knew you from the wild boy, right?
Right.
So when I see you, when I'm at Shelton with you and I see you, I'm looking at you and I'm like, man, he's so calm and so collective. And, he moves way differently today.
One thing about this time, man, it teaches you patience, man. A wise old dude told me, man, fast pace gets you slow time, man. So I learned to take my time, man, and go slow, you know. Walk slow, move slow. Sometimes the officers ask me why you move so slow, man. I told them I ain't in no rush. You know what I mean? I'm all right.
Hey, Anthony.
Shit, so I just learned how to think, man.
Hey, that was a gem you just dropped right there. Hey, I'm going to remember what you said. You said, God said fast pace to get you slow time. Hey, that's a gem right there. Hey, I just want you to know that I'm listening to you, man. Hey, you just dropped that gem.
Yeah, and it's a fact, man. It's a fact. Those that have been incarcerated and everything and been in this shit, man, you know the truth, man.
Hey, Anthony,
moving fast ain't gonna do nothing. Yeah.
My grandmama used to say a slow nickel better than a fast dime. And that's what I thought of when you said that. So, yeah, that's for real.
Yeah, she wasn't right either. You know it to be true now, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, but I have
the truth, man.
the way that you talk, and just from hearing your conversation, you ready to get to it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna get out here and you're gonna run circles around. Hey, it's a lot of people you're gonna run circles around because you got that drive to really do it. And I think you're gonna do it. Like I'm doing it right now, and I was gone 26. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
so I think you're gonna get out here and lap some people.
So Anthony.
Right. Yeah.
What you got on the agenda, for how do you see your life playing out, and and what do you see yourself doing when you get out?
Well, like I said, man, I've been studying and just learning certain things, especially about myself, man. That was the first thing I had to figure out is, knowledge of self, man. So one thing I do know just through my study is that you are your best product, man. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell my story, man, and I'm and I got a lot of programs, written programs and stuff like that, man. And what I want to do really is help other children and just grown-ups and stuff like that who's been adopted. And one of my things is trauma, childhood trauma, generational trauma, man. So I'm pushing something as far as, like people getting to know themselves. You got to know who you are. That's what they say, man. If you don't know who you are, you don't know where you're going. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I searched and researched and found my family. So I'm learning about my whole family dynamics, man. My mother, my grandmother, and man, when like I said, man, when I seen my mother's face for the first time and seeing me inside of her, man, something lifted out of my body from my feet to my head, literally, no joke. And something just came out of my whole body, man, and it lifted it just changed my whole everything, man. And so it lets me know that you got to get back to the foundation of everything, man, the roots, and that's within yourself, you know what I mean? So what I'm into doing is like they have out there them computers with the DNA searches and really finding out where I come from, man. And I believe that that's the start of everything, and that's what's wrong with society. We've lost touch with our foundation, man, or where we come from, man. The fundamentals, like in sports, when you learn the fundamentals, man, these kids don't even know the fundamentals of shit. I've been teaching these dudes how to wash their ass and make beds and stuff like that, man. These dudes don't know the simple things like that, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Anthony.
Yeah, it's a trip.
We was just talking to D right before you called, right? And we was talking about
my brother.
Being a father and all the obstacles and all that kind of stuff, man. And and the problems that we have. Life can be great out here, man, and there's gonna be some days that you have some problems. But that's just life out here, man. I just want to let you know that, man. You got partners out here that's waiting for you to come home, man. Like the other Sidney Williams. He's connected to 2 Sidney Williams.
Really?
Yeah.
He can be connected with me if he sees about that community service work. Like and we can talk about that when we get off. Like we can stay in touch, man, because that's like we can get down, we can collab in that field. That's something deep, and that's a field where he can be used. Like that's a strength of his. I can hear it in his voice, right? It's a strength of his. So we can rap about that.
Man, we definitely gonna do all that, man. I'm pushing, man, full throttle ahead, man. I got some heavy stuff, like I said, that can help.
But what you said about, man, hey, you a mentor. I can hear it in you, so I definitely want you can stay in tune with me, and we can collab on that, because that's what I do. That's that kind of community service that's needed out here. Like it's a shortage, like you got a real skill set. Everybody that's in the field ain't got that skill set. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most definitely, man. I'm a studier of men, man. I've been around men for all my life, you know what I mean? So I understand it. I understand all the trauma and all, just like you should, man. Doing your 26, man, you more equipped to handle that stuff than a lot of them professionals that went to school for 10 years, man.
Yeah.
4, 5 years, we more equipped to help than anybody.
Hey, no bullshit, Anthony. I want to sit down. I want to sit down and chop it with you in the day room. Hey.
Hey, don't worry about it.
Everybody chop it with him in the gym.
Real. Hey, I'm ready to go get that cup of mud and sit down with you and chop it up with you.
Hey, we gonna really do that though. We gonna really do that for real. Right. This is the connection for real, man, and we gonna continue it. That's the truth, and like you say, if you there, I'm there. If I'm here, you here.
For sure. For sure.
We together. We gonna push.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna stay in tune with him. I'm gonna fuck with him.
Yeah. Yo, bro. We ain't got nothing but love for you here at 15 to the streets.
Man, and it's my pleasure, man.
I'm thankful that you was there, because you helped me through my little bid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most definitely, man.
I got to sit and pop it with you in the gym some days and just on the little walk down the breezeway. Right. And you know what, man? I really appreciate you, man, because you did what you said you was gonna do, man. You know what I mean? And I ain't too many brothers that really do that, man. Everything you said you was gonna do, you did. You doing right now as we speak, man. I'm speaking to you, and I just seen you walking down the breezeway. You know what I mean?
And you said, T, man, Anthony, man, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to Wisconsin. I'm going to do this. And you're doing it, man. And I want to give you flowers, man, and tell you, man, hey, man, my hat's off to you, man. And I love you, man. You my
Thank
brother,
you, my
man,
guy.
for
That's
real,
a good
man.
dude. I can tell
Thank you,
you.
my
appreciate
guy.
you,
You
man.
know,
Yeah, that's
we was
real,
talking
bro.
about a couple weeks ago, and you said, bro, you said you're looking back, and what did I say? I said the Sankofa bird, man.
The Sankofa bird, man. That's what it's all about,
That
man.
BPC.
That's what it's all about, man. You look back and come get your people, man.
Don't forget.
You know, that's where the money's at, man. That's where the money's at, man. We've been tricked to believe that green thing, that green piece of paper is the money, man. That ain't the money, man. You know what I mean? Your people is the money, man. You supposed to go get your people, man. Not fuck getting money. Money gonna come. That's not.
Come on, man.
Money ain't never been hard, man. Not for no real motherfucker, man.
Come
Money
on,
ain't
man.
never been hard, man.
Spit it,
You
T.
know?
Spit
Shit.
it, Anthony. I gotta get out of
Getting
that
your people
T,
is
you
hard,
know.
man. But it's you, man. It's all love, you know. So it's T, it's Anthony. I told you, I'm all of them in one. But at the same time, you know, it's about getting your people, man. And we get caught up in that money and all that old type of shit, man. And that's how, in history, our organizations fail because they got caught up in that money, man. It ain't about money. It's about getting
This
your
is
people.
about giving you guys a voice, man.
You
to be
have
able
1
to
minute
just
left.
share what you want to share, man. And if it don't make no money, if this don't make no money, we gonna be cool. Cause people are getting, I mean, man, I know how it's gonna excite your family to be able to see you and hear your voice. You know, people that ain't seen Anthony in 27 years, they gonna get to hear your voice, man.
Man, well, that's a good thing, man. And I'm pushing for y'all, man. I'm about to tell my people to check into y'all, and we gonna get it popping, man. I'm with y'all all the way through, man. I appreciate y'all, man, and it's a pleasure. And thank you for the opportunity,
Hey,
man.
for sure. I'm going to rap with you, Anthony, man.
Yeah.
Been a pleasure, man.
Yes, sir, man. Take
Nothing
care
but
of yourself,
love, my
man.
guy.
That's right. Take care, brother.
All right, bro. Call me later on tonight.
All right, one.
All right, one love, bro. Hey, this is 15 to the streets. You know, I don't know if you noticed, but we didn't even give an introduction today because we figure like you guys know us now. So we don't really need to introduce ourselves. But what we will do is we will close it out with a little greeting. Hey, this is 15 to the streets. We do this every week and we getting ready to go daily and get real funky with it. We got some, you know, some things in the coffer, but we want you to please like, follow, and comment. Give us some news that we could use. Give us some information that's gonna help
Give
us.
us some news we could use. Yeah, definitely comment, man.
No,
Give us a topic. Give us what y'all want to hear. What y'all want to talk about. What's pressing y'all? I love that. What's pressing?
Yeah.
It be shit pressing me.
yeah, I got a call today from Louisiana, and they gonna hit us up, and we gonna have somebody from Louisiana on here in the penitentiary. So come on, man.
Hey.
If you listening, tap in, connect with us. Drop a as you would say, a jewel, a gem.
Drop a gem.
Drop a gem.
We holler at y'all. 15 to the streets.
Come on, we out. Love.